Hello and welcome back to the Midlands Outdoors channel, back with another video today. And we're on a long journey all the way to Kingsnorton, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah. We're in Sellyoak, a place called the Dingle.
Got a plaque on the wall to show you. I mean, you remember many years ago, like we've gone back before, about the battery, about all the complexes around this area, how it was all different.
Well, I've known this, well, it was say 50 years.
Yeah.
This was all factories, there used to be some houses across here.
The canals have really changed over many years, like the Black Country. Imagine this one going all the way to Kingsnorton is really different. I mean, you've told me about different things about railways, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, there's the railway goes across here. We'll go under the railway as we go down. There's a train coming down there.
So right, I've just noticed something I just told you, didn't I, Adrian, about that right away in front. I'm guessing that goes all the way in. Back in the old days it probably led to a factory, because it looks like the canal went into there, then went into a canal basin.
There was coal wharfs. There was no coal mining, but it was just where they brought the coal up.
Oh right.
And there was a big coal yard. It used to be beyond here.
Because I did see some old photos. I think it was like coming into Sellyoak on an information board. There was like coal boats all loaded up onto a wharf.
Yeah, well that was just them transporting the coal from the Black Country to the factories around here.
Right, so I'm guessing back in the old days, you know how we went onto the Lappa Canal, we talked about it. They probably transported all the coal from the Lappa Canal.
They'd have come to the Lappa Canal, they would have turned right and gone this way.
Yeah, so it's quite cool to see that actually. I will get later on in the video the old Ordnance Survey maps up and we'll see what's in the area. Probably find lots of old industry back from the past, so we'll take a look a little bit in the video. But let's carry on. I mean, we've come closer to one of the railway bridges. It's not that old, but you can just see the side of the walls look really old, possibly relating back in the old days once more parts of industry. But let's carry on and see what we can find, Adrian.
Yeah, let's carry on.
So right, we've come to a bridge now, and this one is really old. If I pan around to show you, how cool is that to see one of the very old bridges going right away over, and those right away to the top are hatches where they brought all the hoses down for the water for the fire services, wasn't it?
That's what it is, yeah.
So,
Rattle Barn Road Bridge.
Yeah.
And that building up there, if you can't quite see now, is the Country Girl pub.
But here we go, as we cycle underneath it, you can just see how old it really is. Wow. I love looking at the old bridges and tunnels, they're really interesting. It just gives you an old date when you look at it. Some of them have dates on the top of them, like 1800s and when it was actually constructed. Some of them don't have dates, but there we go, there's one of the first bridges. I must say, as we come towards the Bourneville section, look how beautiful this is. We've got all the trees, all the surroundings. All the trees just give an absolutely nice colour. All the autumn effect. Wow, stunning scenery for the winter. So right, Adrian, I just noticed it's coming all the way down. Is this very old, this one then? Because you can just see it's brick underneath and it's all metal on these sidings.
This is an old railway
bridge.
Oh,
here we go, Adrian. Got a train. going back to the bridge one more time, what was you saying about the bridge then?
This is an old railway bridge that used to serve Cadbury's, which is just down there.
Right.
So this side of the canal, there used to be lots of sidings and coal wharfs, and all down here was the transshipment.
A transshipment thing.
And like warehouses for the Cadbury's. And this was part of the Cadbury's internal railway. From there,
Yeah.
across here, then snake round, there's a big pond down there as well, and it used
Right.
to go back into Cadbury's.
Oh, right. I mean, we was talking about the Cadbury's earlier, so when we get down there, we'll tell you more about it.
Well, Cadbury's is just down there.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
about the Cadbury's with Franklin Beaches,
Yeah,
retired
yeah.
a big reservoir with the fishing.
Franklin Beaches to the Birmingham Corporations it was then, back in the 20s I think.
So you can see, I mean, the Cadbury's have a lot of history, and you was talking about a manor house down by you, wasn't you?
Yeah, that was his house. It was one of the old farms, Manor Farm. And he also owned, was it Woodbrook House, Woodbrook Hall.
You see, one small place has a lot of history into one area, so it's always nice to go back over things and see what was down. I mean, like this railway itself, right away above, how that was actually used for Cadbury's back in the old days.
That hasn't been used for years.
No, it's been like down it for a long
50,
time.
60 years, 70 years.
So
now.
if you looked on top of it, would there still be railway track, do you reckon,
no,
on
no,
there?
it's all lifted.
Oh, is it?
Another
Yeah, quite
train
cool.
coming.
And we've got another train coming just as we're speaking. Here we go. Do you know what this reminds me of? The BCM main line as you're going to Birmingham.
Well, it's a
You
busy
got a
line.
train.
Like I said, it's a busy line.
Yeah, very busy.
Into the southwest, so that was a cross-city train, and you'll get the cross-country trains going all the way down to Plymouth and Devon and Cornwall and Penzance.
Oh, right.
Come down this
I
line.
mean, it's so cool though. I mean, the trains go along the canal line, like the one by me, the BCM main line. I would love to go on a train and go far, I would.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah, so stay tuned. There might be some videos next year, train rides, and also further more exploring. So see you at the Cadbury factory,
Yeah.
and we'll get further on.
See you in a bit.
So here we are, Adrian, the Cadbury's factory.
Cadbury's.
Right the way there, so that's actually where some of the chocolate is actually made,
Oh,
isn't
some
it?
chocolate now.
I know, I'm starving.
Give
But
you
it's-
do a raid and go nick a load of bars of chocolate.
do you know massive blocks you can get for the Christmas period,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
large ones? I could eat one of them to
Yeah.
myself at the moment. Put on a bit of weight, but but seeing it makes you want chocolate now. So tonight I think I'm going to go to Tesco and get myself some chocolate. What do you say, Adrian?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, after seeing the Cadbury factory, definitely. But right, there's loads of information behind the Cadbury's, and I will drop a link in the description in case you're interested in reading it. And obviously we was going on just about the Franklin Beaches was on about.
Yeah, and we're also talking about the train line. You can see there's a bit of a bank all there. Well, that's where
Yeah.
the trains used to come down.
The trains used to go there. How cool is
We're
that?
about to get photobombed by a train.
So any minute now a train's gonna come across. Look at that. But how many years do you reckon Cadbury's has been here then?
120?
120?
The 1880s, I think they came.
Alright.
So that's the original factory.
Because I mean, going back, because this is the same canal line where I was in Tardebig, where I was
Yeah, it
talking
is,
about
yeah.
the history of the reservoir,
Yeah.
how the Cadbury's had the fishing rights, all the employees used to go down
Yeah.
fishing on the pegs down there.
Yeah, well, I was
And that
thinking
ties
that.
into this factory right away. So you can just see the last video what I did on this canal line, ties into this. Right, there is some more Birmingham history here. This actually says Cadbury's of Bourneville. On the 16th of June 1914, Cadbury's of Bourneville took over the fishing rights of Tardebigge Reservoir for the benefit of the Bourneville Athletic Club angling section. From 1916 to 1950, local lockkeeper Jack Warner looked after the water for the Cadburys. So it says he sold permits to the members of the Bourneville Angling Club as well as punting members from one side of the lake to the other. The lake was very much a family environment and wives of the employees would camp alongside the lake. Mr Warner sold pots of tea and soft drinks from his lockkeeper's cottage.
Busy line, isn't it?
But I mean, Franklin Beach is going back to that. I mean, do you know much information behind it, like you mentioned earlier?
I know that George Cadbury gave it to the Birmingham Corporation.
Because it does say that on the side, I think, on the outside of it,
I know about it.
So it's pretty cool that, because Franklin Beaches isn't too far away, is it really?
So if you get to a clear view, you can see
Probably see it into the distance, yeah. But how mad's that? But there we go, there's the Cadbury factory. I thought I might have showed you that because it's really cool to see. So there we go, one more view of the Cadbury factory. Here we are, we've got one of the very old bridges. Look how old this one is with all the brick that's fell off the side of the wall. Number 77. So you said this one was old, didn't you, Adrian?
Yeah, I think so. Well, this is the original canal beach, I would imagine.
You just definitely tell by the architecture and some of the brick how it's missing. Probably say it dates to the 1800s maybe.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you've got this new modern footbridge right away above. But yeah, how far is it now to Kingsnorton then?
It's about another mile and a half, 2 miles.
Right, so I don't think we've got too far to go, have we really?
No.
So do you reckon there's any more things to see down there?
Yeah, well, there's a guillotine lock.
It's in the Guillotine locks in the
we'll
Birmingham
show
Canal
that,
book, yeah. So we'll have a look at the Guillotine locks and we'll see what we can find. But I say, yeah, this is so much to see down in the way of bridges, like the Cadbury factory, like the side loading wharves. I mean, just by the side of me, check out this. We've got a very old like lock gate right away here. Yeah, so that hasn't been used, I'm talking years. It's just so old. And look how old the wood is onto this corner. Even got the old like metal sidings onto the floor, and again just onto that side. If I zoom in, you just definitely see how old that side lock is, just right about there. Right, let's go and journey down, Adrian. Let's go and see what we can see. Get some more cinematics of the canal line. Wow, it's just so different. I've never been down here, never in my lifetime. But to see it for the first time, it's just stunning. We've also come to an interesting bridge now. It does say up to there, it's got a date. It says this bridge widened in 1903. Thought I'll carefully zoom in to show you. You've got a date right away to the bottom, and once more, similar start to the other bridge what we've seen earlier. It says number 75, and we've got the fire service access points to get into the canal right away above. It's pretty cool to see that, isn't it? And you've got the road on one side going underneath, and then you've got the canal on this side.
So say that was the train line, used to go across there and then round the side of the canal.
Oh right. Pretty cool that. So 1903 when this was actually widened.
I've been past here loads of times and I've never ever seen that.
I mean, look at the view behind there. You've got all the industry to one side, and then there's industry on that side. Nice view that is. I tell you what, I'm absolutely loving this canal cycle. It's really nice. Discovering different things on the way, from the very old bridges to where a train went underneath that bridge many years ago just by the side. A lot of factories down here, there's more coming up somewhere. Did see a big massive steel factory somewhere right away at the back. You see, it's just all industrial all the way down, covered with trees, very old side brick walls. So we should be getting closer to Kingsnorton now, but look at the beautiful sunshine. Wow, what a nicer day. It is different from this morning. I mean, the temperature was absolutely cold. I mean, coming through Woodgate Valley to get to here, there was a ton of ice on the floor, so you can just see it's gone from that now to 5 or 6 degrees, warmed up very well. But yeah, I'm just glad to see it. I'm glad if you're enjoying it, because it's something new to me. So we can just see, apart from the graffiti over it, we've got another one here. Worcester and Birmingham Canal side walk, 1993. It says there, Lifford Lane. But if we look underneath it, what I've just noticed is onto this corner of these like more stock things right away here, and on the ceiling. I think these are actually modern. That just really does date back a bit, similar to the other one what we're seeing down the bottom. Look how old the wood is, and also the metal things here. Pretty cool to see them. I mean, you wouldn't expect to find some old stuff like this, would you, Adrian? That's been there for years.
These are when they drain the sections of the canal. They're not actually a proper lock.
No.
These gates, they swing through and then they can drain what they call a pound.
Oh, because I've never seen anything like that on the canal before. Not like those ones. I've seen the standard locks, but nothing like that.
Do you know it would be to get the lock gates out?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there was similar things that in the old days, like on the side of the walls and stuff. But pretty cool to see that, isn't it? So right, here we are, we've made it closer now to Kingsnorton.
Well, we're just short of the junction. We've just stopped here to show you the River Ray, which goes underneath.
Oh right, so this is actually the River Ray. Wow, check out this. So you can just see the river that runs all the way down there. We've got a storm drain that runs into the River Ray itself. But that goes all the way down. Does it actually run from the Waises, doesn't it? So it comes from the Ways of the Hills.
Yeah, it's another trip we're going to do at some point in the week it's warmer.
Is the Waises up to Ruby, isn't it? And all.
We're going to do the Waisley's to here.
Look at that. I mean, very old buildings over there.
The original Kingsnorton paper mills.
So that's the paper mills?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Paper. I mean, look how old the buildings are right to the back. Some really stunning architecture. But I mean, you can just see there's lots of interesting history down to here. Tons of these old buildings. And just down to there is actually the junction, I believe. We've got a very old bridge just right away to the bottom. But I did see a church coming all the way down to here, so I don't think it's too far, is it?
It's a fair way across. It's
oh, is it? It's a bit further than what we think.
We'll do that when we do the River Ray to here.
We could do, so we could go to the church, because I think we're too bit of a distance, because I did see it down the bottom of the canal, just right away in front. But yeah, let's go and show you the bottom bridge down there where it junctions off, and we've got something called, what was those gates at the bottom?
Guillotine lock.
Guillotine locks. We'll show you them because those are actually in the old Black Country book. What I've got, the Birmingham and Black Country book. So go and check that out. It's quite interesting. So right, here we are. We're at the Kingsnorton junction for the Canal. I never thought I'd even make it this far on bikes because I've always wondered what was down here. I've always wanted to come out of the years I've been filming. But here we are. There's the very old bridge to the far back corner, and just by the side of me we've got a sign here saying Stratford, Warwick. So if we go that way, it really does take you far, but you've got to bypass a tunnel and get right away over it. Just right away there is Birmingham, and then we've got Worcester, which says there 24.5 miles Worcester that way. But this building's pretty cool on this side, so this is actually a very, very old canal building. So you said this has been restored because it sat on fire, didn't it?
Well, it was derelict for a long time, and then the people vandalised, but this is the original toll house.
Ah, right. Junction House Office opened May 1796. Check out the view up here. So it says up to there what I said, Worcester and Birmingham Canal Company. It's got all the different things on there, mileages, tolls. I mean, look at the light on the very top. So they've had to modernise that because I imagine it was really old. But pretty cool to see this. So there we go, a very old canal building. Adrian, wow, look at the view right away front. That is really stunning, that is, with the trees, the colours. I mean, this is really a big junction, isn't it? So you can imagine in those days there's probably a lot of transport of goods.
Oh,
so they had to like...
They converge from coming from Worcester and that way from London eventually. Then they go to Birmingham.
Imagine the distance to London from here. Yes. Should we cycle it?
Not today though.
I'll tell you what though, it really does remind me of the Starbridge Canal further on. So we're going to have a look at the gates right away at the back.
Look at the Guillotine lock there next.
Yeah, going to have a look at the Guillotine locks. So we'll go and show you down there, then way back up I'll show you some very nice cinematics of this canal line onto this corner. But I think that bit's going to be another day, Adrian. Right the way that way.
Yeah, we can go down to West Hills.
Yeah, West Hills and all the way down. So here we are, we've got Adrian who's still cycling down at a minute. We've actually come to the Guillotine lock just right around the corner. Bloody wow, just check out that. Some really cool architecture and the work to put to construct that. But I mean, right around the corner it does say a sign here, the Guillotine lock. So there is a bit of information here. It says the water level on the Worcester and Birmingham Canal has to be kept 1 inch above that of the Stratford-on-Avon Canal. It is my job to open and close the lock gates and let the boats through. Canal lengthsman 1810. Wow, nice bit of information there, so I'm glad I actually told you about that. I've always wanted to come down and check this out. I mean, look at this thing here. So you would have a person here just doing this all the way through. You see, it doesn't work very well. But you can imagine the job of turning that, constantly letting boats in, letting boats out, keeping the water levels maintained. But also another view from this angle. Wow, look how high up that is. What that actually reminds me of, do you know back in the old days when they committed a crime? A guillotine, when they chopped the necks off.
Oh, that's the idea, isn't it?
So if you know any naughty people, just send them here.
That's it, yeah.
But there we go, I just thought I might have showed you that because that is one cool spot for the canal line itself, just to see that.
There also used to be a canal cottage just on this side here.
Oh, so there used to be a cottage there. I'm guessing it's probably where that brick wall leads up to the side, isn't it? But it says there, the Kingsnorton Guillotine lock was restored in 2012. But the view down there, looking at the old office right at the back, is pretty cool. Look at that. But I tell you what a cycle, Adrian. I've enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
It's been good to
Been another, not a big video today, but I am going to get back out in the next couple of days to do more film. But I tell you what, it's absolutely so cold. This is why we're not staying out longer today, because I'm just cold myself. You're too freezing. Yeah. Imagine walking, my feet on cold. But yeah, I've got more plans, more exploring the Black Country to come. I'm going to get out there and do, I think it's to Rowley Regis in the week. I was supposed to film it today, but I thought I'm going to leave it until it's a bit more warm than what it is. So I want to get drone footage and stuff and get some nice cinematics. But wow, I'm going to get you some cinematics now, all the way down the canal line, down that way, and show you little bits and pieces. So enjoy the rest of the video, but thank you if you watched it all this far. It's a nice different canal, and my plans are to go even further at a later date. So we'll check out that bit. But see you soon from me and Adrian.
Try a bit.
See you on the next one.